FitNext was basically created to support young people in Aberdeen City who were not in education, employment or any other kind of training. Throughout the program so far, we've run 3 cohorts and supported a large number of young people to have taster sessions, experiences, mock interviews, or a wide number of opportunities with a lot of different providers and organizations within Aberdeen City to help them build different skills or build their own confidence to help them move forward. We saw there was a gap in provision last summer, and there was a lot of young people. There was quite a large group of young people coming out through the summer leavers who had nowhere really to go at the moment, or there was very limited options for them. So as a team, we kind of put together some resource that we had, spoke to a lot of our providers, and thought of a program that we could create to support them to move forward. And so the kind of things that we looked at, rather than just putting someone through, say, a training course to get a qualification, we wanted to look at the young person holistically and kind of give them a lot of different opportunities to give them options to move forward. So for example, we did have some training opportunities. Some of the young people got qualifications in budgeting, finance, but we also had a look at volunteering opportunities. We went and visited some job opportunities within the construction sector and the health and social care partnerships, or the NHS. We went and visited some of our major training providers that we had, so the young people can kind of get a taster of everything that ABZWorks can offer them, so then they can make a decision at the end of the program of what it is that they want to do moving forward. And it gave this real open conversation for young people to actually speak to employers from quite large companies like BP, Shell, or even like governmental organizations like Aberdeen City Council were a part of it as well. So they had quite a variety of bigger organizations, private ones, government, third sector, charities. Pretty much everyone kind of came together to support the young people with this opportunity to give them as much experience as possible. Met some of these providers through some taster sessions or mock interviews and have created opportunities for themselves to move forward, to give them the experience of an interview scenario. So our service in general is very open to kind of supporting young people in the best way that they need. So this program was created to kind of give them all the options, a taster of a little bit of everything, so then they can make that informed judgment at the end of the project. We kind of sat down with everyone individually and went like, what is the best step next for you? Through that, we had quite a bit of success. The majority of the young people from the program have ended up in some kind of positive destination, whether that is full-time employment, apprenticeships, training with some of those providers, or some of them felt like they were ready to just move on their own and make the right decisions, which obviously is what we want to do as an organization anyway, to empower young people to move them forward. So I think with that, we did have a lot of success with giving young people a bunch of different skills to help them move forward and make decisions either with us supporting them or to make their own choices. So throughout the project, a lot of our young people have ended up in positive destinations, whether that be work, education, further into college, or have kind of just gone off on their own way to kind of find their own future. For example, one young person who kind of joined the program, he does have additional needs. He joined into the program, was very isolated on his first day, but he was still engaging with a lot of the other young people. He had a lot of interest in the hospitality sector, in the Ibis Hotel to do some work experience, which he's still currently actually doing at the moment. He's been getting amazing feedback from his managers. He's been applying for different jobs and he hopefully will be kept on at the Ibis Hotel after that. So that's been really cool to see that young person's journey through this. Another young person was a client of mine who I worked with for probably over a year now. And luckily for him, after this, he built up those skills, built up that confidence. He went straight into the volunteering opportunities, which he's sustaining as well now for over 6 months. He's just been accepted into college for the first time, which has just been a really big step for him to see him going from a sheltered young person who left school at 16 to now being in full-time college through a number of our programs, which obviously included FitNext. A couple of our young people as well who went throughout the project did end up getting employment through organizations that we met during the project. So for example, a young person who really wanted to learn a bit more about admin, he was able to, during the mock interview session, speak to a lot of the providers that were there and get a bit of experience through them and kind of talk about opportunities of how he would like to move forward with his own journey, as he had been rejected a couple of different times for a lot of different jobs. But that never set him back. He's keep pushing himself forward. One young person has ended up working with Bonaccord Care now as a receptionist, and he's made massive strides with his own self-confidence and working into different jobs. So it's been really cool to see the young people who've started with us, built up that confidence, made connections during the program, and then have created opportunities for themselves through that, and has been sustaining those employments or opportunities post-project. It's been really great to see these young people make those connections themselves throughout the project and have been able to sustain that and create that opportunity for themselves to move forward.
So my name's Kevin. I work with ABZWorks. I'm an employability key worker. Just not long after I first started, I was approached and asked if I would facilitate a care experienced young person's pilot project, which the basis of this project was that we went and asked the young people what they wanted this program to look like. Because previously they'd asked for stuff and unfortunately they'd been kind of let down because it hadn't been produced for them. So we went and met several young people. They came back with a list of stuff that they would like on a program. It was designed, it came back as a 9-week program where they wanted interview skills, job seeking skills, some form of qualification at the end of it, which we got first aid medical training for them. We then got work experience where they went for a period of 2 weeks and did a couple of days at one of the hotels in the city centre, which our work experience team had sorted out for us. And then they had a fun day at the end of it to celebrate, and where we went to the beach, where we went to the Cadonas and had bowling and some food to eat. The programme itself, from my side, it was like, didn't want to make it too intensive, so it was quite laid back and relaxed. We started off with numbers of 10. 6 turned up on the first day. After 2 weeks, it whittled down to 4, and the other 4 completed the programme, and they says they enjoyed it. So that was the pilot project. There was another thing I was approached to be the key worker on, which was a bit more expansive and daunting for me. It was where young people were interviewed and put forward for internships, which was a 12-week programme of paid work experience within several departments of the council. Out of the numbers that we got, I think it was 34 referrals, 27 engaged, 14 completed 12-week placements, 3 went on to do modern apprenticeships, and at this moment in time, a further 3 have went into full-time employment. The thing that resonated with me when I was asked to do that project was that, especially the pilot project, because I was a care experienced young person myself at one time, so it was like, and my bosses didn't know that, but it was quite powerful for me to be, and for me as a key worker, to see so much joy at these young people doing something, kind of being successful, which culminated on, we were put forward for the Surf Awards, and we went down to Glasgow, and which was what an experience. Going up to the stage to collect the award with my boss, it was like, this was for the young people. You know what I mean? This was for the young guys, the girls that had come through and worked so hard to turn their lives around and do something positive.